Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're looking at another older product, and that is Zoltar's Opener by Peter Nardi and Alakazam. This is a really fun and good effect that I've been performing ever since I got it because it is that fun and that good. So having said that, let's roll the intro and learn more about Zoltar's Opener. Perfect, so you decided to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Zoltar's Opener. So what is this? This is a take on kind of an invisible deck, brainwave type effect, where any named card is the only standing out card, if that makes any sense, from a pack of cards. And what better way to show you or to explain to you the effect than to actually demonstrate it. So let's get into a small performance of Zoltar's Opener. So you would introduce this pack of cards and you would say that this is a mind-reading deck of cards. And as you can see, it says mind-reading cards. And that to this day, you have no clue as to how this works whatsoever. You have literally no clue as to how this works. Because as long as the spectator follows your instructions, this effect always works and you have no idea. Because Zoltar always knows. He always knows. And first, let's follow the instructions. Can you read here what it says? It says, think of a card, not the Joker. Name your card. So let's say they go for the 6 of spades and you say, I knew you would say that. And then you would get a gag, but then it says, of course, no, really. Zoltar knew you were going to select, what was it? The 6 of spades, I said. So you would take the deck, you would take it out of the box, and then you would go through and you would remove the 6 of spades. So as you go through, where is it? Where is it? 6 of spades, 6 of spades, 6 of spades. 6 of spades, where are you? So you would go through, and right here is the 6 of spades. So you would tell your spectator that Zoltar knew that he was going to choose the 6 of spades, because if you look in the cards, every single card is blue and printed with Zoltar's face on it. Every single card is blue, printed with his face on it, except for one, and of course that card is the only red card in the deck. And it is, of course, the 6 of spades. So that is Zoltar's Opener. So that is what the effect does and what the effect achieves. And as you saw, I've reset the effect just by putting everything inside of the box. That's how quick the reset is. So where do you buy this? How much does it cost? And what do you get? So you can buy this at alakazammagic.com. I do believe it is still exclusive to them. It will set you back £25, 25 US, or 35 Canadian dollars. And what you get is this. You get this box, which is a really, this is not made out of the normal cardstock, it's more laminated. It's a really thick box. You get this thick box and the deck of cards inside. And then you also get here, on here, your instructional video, which goes over how to perform this, how to set it up. It's with Peter Nardi. He tells you how to do everything and how to perform it. It is super well shot, super easy to do, and everything is super well explained, as you would expect with any Alakazam product. So, having said all of that, let's talk about difficulty. Is this effect difficult to perform? And the answer is no, this effect is not difficult to perform at all. It is pretty much self-working. I think that most of the magicians that saw me do it know what's going on. You know, this is not a new principle or anything like that, but it's a really fun way to apply this principle because this doesn't use other things that some effects like this use. So this doesn't use any roughing spray, it doesn't use any glue, anything sticky, nothing like that. This is a normal deck of cards and it uses a fun principle to achieve the effect. Now, because of that, the effect is pretty easy to perform. So relatively easy to perform, I would say beginner level. Having said that, you will have to work a bit on your presentation to make it as fun for the spectator as you can, because of course this is a quirky presentation of it, right? You won't see Darren Brown walk around doing this, right, with his persona. So if this fits your personality, you will have to make it a bit quirky and have some fun with it, because that's what it is, right? The effect is good, but it is a bit quirky. So, having said that, what is the practicality of this? So, to achieve this, all you need is this. So all you need is this deck of cards. So yes, you will have to carry around this special deck of cards just for this effect, but I do think that this could maybe replace some other effects that you do or that you carry around. So maybe your brainwave, maybe you'd be interested in replacing your brainwave with this. Maybe you'd be interested in replacing your invisible deck with this. Depending what you do with them, this is a very interesting thing that sets you apart because it's not really a card trick. It's presented more as a fun little thing that has a really great finale. So I think that, yes, this could replace some other deck of cards that you carry. And for me, this did replace for quite some time. And even still at my walk around gigs, I still take this because it's just a fun icebreaker. Even though it's a playing card trick, it's a fun icebreaker because of the way it's presented and because of the way that it, the premise around it. So nonetheless, for practicality, you do have to carry this around with you. However, what's nice is that you don't need a table for this. You can do this in the hands. You can do this on a table if you wish. You don't need anything because as long as the spectator can hold the card and the card that the spectator holds in their hand ungimmicked, right? They can look at it. They're never going to see anything. It is ungimmicked. It's a normal card, right? You can place that in their hand with no issue. You then show the state of the cards in your hand to show that all of them are blue and then their card is the only red card, right? So it's super easy to perform in that regard. And yeah, practicality wise, it is very good because there's almost no angles. As you saw, it literally reset instantly. I just put the card back, place everything in the deck, and I'm good to go for my next performance. So it resets instantly. It's only a deck of cards. It doesn't have any rough and smooth, so it's going to last you a lifetime. It's a fun little quirky effect. So practicality wise, it's pretty good because it also doesn't need a table. So where would you perform this effect? So this effect could work in parlor as a fun little opener, or if you're doing like a more mystique type of performance, if you want to put like a gag and introduce that you bought these cards for them to do the magic for you, and then you actually get a good reveal. So you can make this play out pretty well, but nonetheless, you can do this in parlor, and this will work really, really well in walk around. So this is perfect for table hopping walk around because technically your spectator never has to touch anything, right? If they're eating or if they're at a cocktail or anything, they don't have to pretty much touch anything. They're not really involved. The magic happens, around them. So as you saw, even here with the thing on the box showing them that, right, is pretty self-working, and they don't really have to touch anything. You don't have to invade their space. You don't have to spread cards on the table or anything like that. So it really works well for table hopping and restaurant magic or anything like that. And it's also really quick. So if you can only have like 2 minutes per table, you could do this as your trick. You just go up, you do it, and you move on, right? If you can only do like one small trick and you don't have much time to do any of your pet routines, this could be a really good trick to just go from table to table and hit it every single time because it's self-working and easy to do. So yes, you can perform this parlor or walk around, street, restaurants, bars, anywhere you want, you can perform this effect. So having said all of that, what are the positives and negatives of this effect? So what are the negatives? I know for some people, one of the negatives is to have to carry around another deck of cards with them, right? But since this is similar to some of the classic decks that a lot of magicians carry, maybe you'll consider replacing one of them with this for certain of your performances. I know some people will say no, that, the other decks are their definitive best thing they've ever purchased and their mainstays in their shows. But I know for some people, they're going to be interested in maybe replacing and trying this out instead of some of their other decks that achieve the same thing. And yeah, maybe you'll be surprised, but nonetheless, you will have to carry around an extra deck with you. And apart from that, there's not many negatives for Zoltar's opener, except for that. Except for maybe the fact that the deck cannot be examined. So the deck cannot be examined, but you handle it pretty freely. And if you handle it well, you shouldn't have the need to have your spectator want to examine the deck whatsoever. So having said that, what are the positives? The positives are it's super easy to do. Any card can be named, thoroughly any card. It doesn't use any spray, any rough and smooth, anything sticky, anything like that. It is a normal deck of cards. It is a direct trick. It's a quick trick. It's a fast trick. It is really well made. It's going to last you a long, long time. And it's a fun premise and a fun trick to do. So having said all of that, would I recommend Zoltar's opener? And to be honest, I would. I do think it's a really cool trick that you could do, at any point, quick fire to add in your set. and I think that it is a very fun one at that. So I do recommend, if you liked what you saw, I do recommend Zoltar's opener to you. So what would I rate it out of 10? I would rate Zoltar's opener out of 10 an 8.25 on 10, because it's not the best trick out there, it's not the most amazing trick art out there, but it is something that I am going to perform, and that I have performed, because I bought this on launch. So what was it, 2.5 years ago maybe, since this came out. So I've been performing it since, and I have been performing it. And as you can see, I've been filming reviews for the whole day, and my voice is kind of disappearing, which means it's the cue that I have to stop rambling about, which is the cue for me to tell you, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.